Hey folks, it's Brian. Today we've got a camera woman on crew, also known as the CEO. She's manning the camera today. We're going to go through the weekend update here. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that's been going on around the yard. We're going to start off today on the other side. So that means starting with this windmill palm here. So we have a new pet that has moved into this windmill palm. It's actually quite impressive around the backside. Nice little house spider has built a giant web here. So maybe they'll be around for Halloween and they'll be a good decoration already built into the house. This is a golden lotus banana. Got these about a month ago. I actually had it on the drip. I pulled the drip line out for now. It got a little bit too much water. Wasn't quite ready for the full drip line. So I'm throwing the line in every 3 or 4 days, just giving it a little bit of water. It's done better. You can see this leaf fell over here and it had some black spots showed up on it that I had to remove. This leaf is a little unhappy, but it's doing well, watering it better. There are a couple of potted plants that I had to take off of the drip because they were just getting a little bit too much water. This is another one that was in a pot that I pulled the drip out of for now. This is a Musa double Mahoi banana. You can see it. The leaves got a little bit spotty. It was just getting too much water in the pot. I pulled the Ensete out as well. So the Ensete didn't show any real signs of overwatering, but I just got concerned seeing what was happening to a few of the others. We also have this plant starting to flower. This is an apricot something. I'll put the name down in the description. I know I messed it up last time I talked about it. I don't know how to say that. It's a big funky word. So we've got another one over here that's also flowering. The bees are on that. The hummingbirds like that too. So that's really good. Over here's the experimental Musa Basjoo patch. This is where I did the corm division. This is where I neglected one over the winter and threw that over here. It's actually grown quite a bit. All of these things are doing really well. They have this red coloration to them, which is interesting. None of the other ones I have that. I promise these are from the big patch, and if you told me they were the same plant, I would tell you you were wrong, but they're doing well. This one's going to become an experiment soon. I'm going to cut this one off to the ground and we're going to do a daily update on it growing back. So look out for that. That'll be coming this week. This one in the pot before I walk away. This is actually an ice cream banana or a blue java. It's over here in the pot. I'll probably put that one inside over the winter, but it's doing well. The pansies over here have taken back off again. If you remember last week, there was only probably 4 or 5 flowers in this batch, but CEO came out and deadheaded those and they're back to full bloom, doing well. This is one of our red hot pokers. It's actually a little more orange than red, but we've got 3 flowers coming out. One there, one back there. This blooms later in the summer, which is good because we've got others that bloom earlier in the summer, and that way we've got one at least at all times that's in bloom. So this is one of our newer ice cream bananas. I planted this about a month ago. It was pretty tall when we got it. It had 3 leaves. It's got 6 leaves now. This one here is still hanging on. It's broken up here, but still green, still alive, and we'll leave that until it dries out. The bamboo is pretty much filled in for the year. All the leaves have grown that are gonna grow, and at this point I could go and trim it. I'm gonna wait until it gets a little bit cooler before I start cutting into it, but we will start thinning this out pretty soon. And then last, for the backyard here, we've got the Musa Basjoos. Now, being able to film gives you a little bit of sense of the scope. I'm 6'2" and about 280 pounds. So you can see these things make me look pretty small. They're pretty large. So over on this side is the pod, the second pod. and that's doing pretty well. Other progress here in the bananas. So the pot in the back is all the way out, starting to angle down. Looks like it's going to angle kind of in line with the fence and the bamboo. We've got the flag leaf that has now come all the way out. So the flag leaf is on this one here, and that's got the pod actually out now as well. Pretty small pod compared to some of the others, but a pod nonetheless. We have what is pod number 3. And all of the bananas, I think, are out of that. And we're getting into the male flowers that are coming out now. And a bunch of bald-faced hornets as well over here. They really have taken over the flowers and are in charge over here. Then we've got what was the original pod coming out. So last thing to show in here, sword suckers are growing really well. This one is about 4 feet tall, 3.5 to 4 feet tall, over 1 meter. And it's been growing really well. You look at the bottom, the water sucker there is actually older, came out before this, but shows you some of the difference between what a sword sucker does and what a water sucker does and how those grow. The other water sucker in the back there hasn't grown at all. It doesn't look any different. It's been out for almost 2 months now, and it's 6 inches tall. So on the other side of the fence, you can see here my neighbor, he took a bunch of bananas from me, so he's got a bunch growing on his side as well. And that's it for the backyard. We're going to jump into the front yard and show a couple of things there as well. Okay, I lost my camera crew, so just showing things in the front here. We've got, this is the canna lily that I have in the front. This is a Cleopatra variety. Now the flowers, the first flowers that came out are done here, but as you can see, it's got the seed pods that have developed there, and we've got another flower that'll come out here. We've got a couple other offshoots down there as well, so that's looking good. Now I had thrown a few of my pineapple lilies up here, so those are coming out. You can see that one's got a few flowers starting on it there. Yeah, so those are looking pretty good. This is actually where I spent a lot of my time this week. It wasn't doing work, but it was actually getting bids to tear these trees down. We're going to take these trees out, getting bids on removing the trees. We're also looking at redoing our concrete in the front, so the walkway is fine. It's not in bad shape, although I let the weeds grow quite a bit. I'm gonna tear that out and put flowers or plants in there. But the driveway over here, we want to expand this out, make it 3 cars wide, and also not have it all cracked up and busted. So we're looking at doing pavers instead. So lots of time this week getting bids and dealing with potential contractors.
That does it for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to watch for the video on me cutting out the flower on the Musa Basjoos. We're going to start that experiment. I'm also going to cook that tonight, so I'll record that and make a video out of that as well. So thanks for watching. Happy growing.